Heading. Hey, everybody. Welcome to West Virginia Wire, mixing it up with we have on deck JD Vance. I was not planning on going live, but you know what, JD Vance, we cut illegal border crossings by well over 95%. You guys that follow Mixed Texan Report channel here on YouTube, the X platform, and Rumble, you guys know that is mainly what the Mixed Texan Report channel is focused on are, the border crisis, and a lot of new content is coming out on the Mixed Texan. I can't even talk, you guys. I wasn't planning on doing this. So right now we are waiting for the interview to start. The interview is on Fox News, and I don't know who that interviewer is, but we're in the chat section. I'm looking at the chat here, and people are saying a lot of stuff. Look at them using whatever they can clamor to. Brainwashed. Who are they talking about? I guess Michael 5 is talking to this lady some kind of way. Even Fox News is worried about the stock market under Trump. I'm not worried about it. Always a shift when logic hits. There's a lot of good stuff here, you guys. So hang tight. And this interview should be starting in 2 minutes. You guys, thanks for joining. And we'll be right back with you. Oh, wrong one, guys. I can't stand that. When did they replace that? That's the worst ever. Their 30-second countdown used to sound really good. So I'm just going to play something that I have. How about that? It's Thursday. Big Russ said it's Witchcraft Thursday instead of Watchdog Wednesday. What? Witch Cat Thursday, not Witch. Yeah, Witch Cat. Sorry.
Rise and shine. It's a brand new day. Got the world on my mind. Ain't no time to play.
Witch Cat Thursday.
Running fast, feeling no delay. We're the watchdogs.
And I meant to tell you guys, if you are joining on Mixed Texan Report YouTube channel, no, your ears do not deceive you. Your eyes doth not deceive you. He is not here right now. He was not expecting for me to run a live, but I knew that his viewers would want to see this. I don't know why that's happening. All right, you guys, let's get ready to start. I will make you suffer through that 2-minute countdown. That's the worst. They could think of something. So here we go. I'm going to play my intro and then Mixed Texan Report, and then we'll dig into this interview. I'm really curious to hear what they're going to say. And it really plays in well, like I said, for those of you in Texas that are wondering about the border crisis, what's been going on. You guys, please check out all the content here on Mixed Texan Report. So many border updates coming out all at the same time, which is good. All right, guys. It's March 13th. I just haven't unloaded the new one.
From mountains to the rivers wide, tune in, it's time to take the ride. Regina's voice, it's your guide. West Virginia's heart, it's right inside. West Virginia, why hear the news? Politics Politics and stories were shaping you.
Wait, that's happening now? West Virginia Wire, Regina Reed. All right, guys, it's getting close. It's getting close. It's getting close. 22 seconds. I'll take the mute off as soon as it starts. I can't believe they got rid of that background noise for the 30-second countdown. It was a good countdown background music too. All right, here we go, guys.
And now more of my exclusive interview with Vice President JD Vance. So President Trump and you both campaigned on an issue near and dear to my heart, which is immigration and deporting millions of people, not thousands of people, but millions of people who came under Biden.
Ingram,
12 million people, we kind of lost track.
On day one of my administration, the invasion of illegal migrants, terrorists, drug dealers, and murderers ends. And on that same day, the largest deportation in our history begins. We have no choice.
But according to Reuters, in the first month in office, I think you guys have been able to deport about 37,600 people, which is not a small number. But to really get those numbers up, it would have to be about 60,000 a week to hit that 12 million mark. You run out of beds. You have like 47,000 people in detention, but you've run out of beds. What next?
Well, first of all, we do this sequentially, Laura. So what the president said on the campaign is the very first and most important thing is to secure the borders. You know, we have 20 million, maybe more illegal aliens in this country right now. We have to stop that number from growing. And by the way, in 6 weeks, we've almost accomplished complete border security. You've had places that had 1,500 illegal encounters a day. Now they're at 30 illegal encounters a day. We've cut illegal border crossings by well over 95%. And frankly, I think those numbers are going to continue to come down. So once you get operative control of the border, now you have to ramp up deportations. And Laura, this is another area where Joe Biden has left us with a hole that we have to dig out of. You have immigration detention facilities that were underfunded. You have ICE, which does most of the actual deportations, that was radically underfunded, really sort of in some ways destroyed by the Biden administration. We're building that capacity up. I do think that you're going to see those deportation numbers rise. And again, the president every single day in private and in public is asking, how do we get those deportation numbers?
Yeah, he wants them up. He's impatient. He's like I am. He's very impatient.
It's good to have a leader who's impatient to get things done, because it has all of us in his government actually asking ourselves what we can do. One more point on this, because look, some of this we can do, of course, through old-fashioned deportations. But Mitt Romney, of all people, used this term in the 2012 campaign, self-deportation. I think Kristi Noem deserves a lot of credit for this, and Tom Homan, because that CBP One app, do you remember that? It actually facilitated illegal entry under the Biden administration. We're repurposing it to facilitate self-deportation. So what we're going to encourage a lot of people to do is, we don't have to come and knock on your door and send you home. We're going to do that, of course. But before that happens, why don't you get on a plane and go home yourself? So it's an all of the above approach. We're going to use everything that we can. But Laura, I think those deportation numbers are going to come up. You've already started to see some real progress. We're going to make more.
There's controversy over the decision to try to deport that former Columbia student, Mahmoud Khalil, over national security concerns that were determined to be in place by Marco Rubio. Are you at all worried that a future Democrat administration would use that same provision to try to deport conservative students studying here in the United States?
Well, if it was an American citizen, it would be a different conversation. If a Democrat tried to do that to an American citizen, of course,
talking about green card
that would be a problem. But Laura, a green card holder, even if I might like that green card holder, doesn't have an indefinite right to be in the United States of America, right? American citizens have different rights from people who have green cards, from people who have student visas. And so my attitude on this is, this is not fundamentally about free speech. And to me, yes, it's about national security, but it's also more importantly about, who do we, as an American public, decide gets to join our national community? And if the Secretary of State and the President decide this person shouldn't be in America and they have no legal right to stay here, It's as simple as that.
Do you see more such deportations happening?
I think we'll certainly see some people who get deported on student visas if we determine that it's not in the best interest of the United States to have them in our country. So yeah, I don't know how high that number is going to be, but you're going to see more people.
We have 1.1 million foreign students studying in the United States. Do you think it's truly an America first approach when U.S. universities that get billions in total from the federal taxpayer rely so heavily on foreign students, including foreign students from adversary countries like China?
I think it's a real problem, and it's something that we're certainly looking at, Laura. To your point, a lot of these foreign students, most of them pay full freight. And so sometimes what you have at an elite university, right, like a Columbia or a Harvard, you have a well-qualified middle-class American kid from the heartland who doesn't get a spot in these universities because some Chinese oligarch who's paying $100,000 a year takes up that spot. So it's not just bad for national security, it's bad for the American dream for a lot of kids who want to go to a nice university and can't because their spot was taken by a foreign student. It's certainly something we're looking at.
Poland today has asked, the Polish president has asked for the United States to consider deploying nuclear weapons in Poland as a shield against future Russian aggression. This as President Trump meeting, of course, today with the NATO leader.
Sure.
What might happen on that front, and wouldn't that provoke Russia away from any deal with Ukraine?
So I haven't talked to the president about that particular issue, but I would be shocked if he was supportive of nuclear weapons extending further east into Europe. We have got to be careful, Laura. We are playing literally with the lives of the future of human civilization. This is one of the most important reasons why President Trump sees himself and, in fact, is a peace president. You have people like Joe Biden sleepily walking us into a nuclear conflict. Donald Trump is taking us in a totally different approach, and we need it. We need cooler heads to prevail. And on this Russia-Ukraine thing, Laura, I mean, look, the Biden administration strategy was literally to shovel weapons at the Ukrainians, allow the Russians and the Ukrainians to bleed out, and hope that somehow a settlement appeared out of thin air. Donald Trump is engaging in tough diplomacy and enlisting his entire administration to find out, what do the Ukrainians want? What do they need? What do the Russians want? What do they need? Because the war is stupid. It would have never started if he had been president, and it continuing is not in the interest of anybody.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else. Page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
All right, guys, that was short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. And there's your border updates. All right, this is Mixed Texan Report on YouTube. I'm Regina Connell. I'm streaming across Rumble, Facebook, and the X platform. And we're also streaming across Mixed Texan Report YouTube channel. And I am West Virginia Wire. You guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Be blessed. If I can ever figure stuff out here, but gosh.